Hi everyone, it's me, Art Cervantes, your tax person. And yes, it's me. I know I look a little different this year, but it's definitely me. I want to welcome you to tax season 2009, and I look forward to talking to you on the phone and seeing you in person and helping you out with your tax returns. Something that some of you may have already noticed is that the old office number is no longer working. The 408-247-5173 is no longer in service, so please make a note. The only number that is now in service for me, and it has been my number also for the past 10 years, is my cell phone number, and that happens to be 408-821-2005. I'll put it here on the screen for you so that you can write it down. But if you have my business card, you have that number. Some of the things that are new is that this year I'll be having somebody in my family helping me, besides my brother. Some of you know Francisco, but I'm very proud to introduce to the office Emmanuel Cervantes. He is my second born. He'll be answering the telephones for me. He'll be the one that you'll see in the office assisting me in archiving your documents. And basically, when he's not getting us coffee, he'll also be doing some other important things. But he is a little shy. Please be gentle with him. He is not a tax expert, so don't ask him any questions regarding your tax matters. But he can certainly help you with making an appointment. He can certainly help you with emailing you your checklist or doing some follow-up. And he's going to be my personal assistant. So please, if he answers the phone, please be free to tell him anything that you may need of me. And obviously, if something is urgent, he can get the message to me. Another thing that is not different is that we are working out of the same office in Pruneyard. So we're on the 7th floor. And keep in mind, if you have an appointment for Saturday appointments and appointments after 5 o'clock, I believe, there is controlled access to the building. So be sure to bring your cell phone and call us when you're downstairs, and one of us will be down to have you come up to the office. Again, Saturday appointments and after 5 o'clock p.m., please bring your cell phone, give us a call, and we'll come and get you from the lobby. As you gather your documents over the next days or weeks for our appointment, there are a few things I want to point out this year, which may be a little different. One is that many families during the summer of 2008 received a payment from the IRS that was separate to the original refund. As you may recall, there was the economic stimulus payment that was issued by the federal government. Some families received $600, some families received $1,200. I believe the maximum was $2,400, and we need to report that. It's not taxable. However, for those families that were shorted, for those families that perhaps didn't receive that payment, be sure you bring in the federal form that's being mailed out that is telling you how much money you received. You may also want to check your bank account. I'm sure it's going to happen that for those of you that had direct deposit, maybe you didn't see the money, you spent it, and we want to make sure that you actually received it. So just make a note of that. There was the economic stimulus payment that was made in 2008, and we need to account for that. Another item that we want to remind you of is that if you're self-employed, I have a self-employed worksheet. I'm working on the Excel spreadsheet, so if you happen to be self-employed, over the next week or two, I'm going to have it perfected. I'm going to have it in such a way that you'll be able to enter individual items and everything will flow through and give us totals on the master worksheet. So that'll be an enhancement over past years. So if you're working on your numbers and you're self-employed, that's coming, okay? And just give us a holler. We'll be glad to email you, and I will be posting that on my website over the next week or two. One notice that I do want to bring up is the fact that the state of California has already announced that they may be running out of money by the month of March. So if you are going to be due a refund from the state of California, there may be a delay. Now, don't be alarmed. Eventually you will get paid. It may take until the summer, but eventually once the California budget gets back in line, you'll definitely have your refund from the state of California. Good thing is the federal government can always print their money, so you'll get your federal refund. And of course, that's typically bigger, so if you have any major plans for those funds, they will be coming your way. One item that I do need to mention, because it's very important, And this has to do with anyone who may have had a foreclosure or a short sale during 2008. Um, there are some rules and some very complex calculations that we need to undertake. So please be sure that you have received the forms from the company that had the loan on your home, whether it be one mortgage or two mortgages. We need to account for those mortgages, and this may be a little complex, so I wouldn't be surprised if we end up extending your tax return until we have all the data. What you're looking for is a form that is very much like a 1099, and basically it's going to be a form that's going to explain how much debt was forgiven or how much debt was lost and what the market value of the home was at the time of the foreclosure or the short sale. Fortunately for 2009 and only for 2009, it expires on December 31st, is that in 2009 we are going to be able to exclude any capital gains that may have occurred if you lost your home, provided it was your primary residence. So it's pretty complex. I won't go into much detail here, but be sure that if this happened to you, you let us know, and we'll set the appropriate time for your interview. To all my returning clients, I want to say thank you for being my client. I really appreciate the fact that you have your trust in me and that you have selected me over another service. I'm in line to see about 400 clients this year. The number's down. I used to see about 600 clients during the tax season, but that was back when I had a staff of 3 or 4 individuals helping me, including maybe 1 or 2 other preparers. But 400 is definitely a good number. It's one that's going to keep me very busy. The average time invested per client is about 2.5 hours because there's always prep time, there's archiving, in some cases there's reviewing. So please be patient if I don't get back to you right away. I will definitely make it a priority to return all phone calls within 48 hours. You may say, wow, 2 days. Keep in mind, sometimes I interview for 10 or 12 hours, and I definitely do not want to commit any mistakes. So I like to use the analogy that when I'm doing your taxes, I'm performing surgery, and much like the surgeon, you definitely don't want a surgeon to be multitasking and doing other things as they're working on your body. In this case, I'm working with your numbers. So please email me, call me, leave me a message. I'll be providing my Skype information. But definitely, if I am available, I will take the phone. But for the most part, during the tax season, it's very hard to answer the phone personally, and for that reason, I'll have Emmanuel helping me. As I work during the tax season, my priority are definitely my existing clients. So if you do have a referral, please be sure to let me know. Last year I wasn't able to see some referrals. This year I could probably fit in a few. So if you have someone that could appreciate my services, and if you like the way that I work and you think it's a perfect match, please by all means give me their name and number or have them give me a call. But make sure they provide your name. One thing that's happened over the last 2 years is that going back even further than that, I always had maybe 1 or 2 clients who weren't able to pay, and that was never an issue. In 2007, as I was doing the 2006 tax returns, I many times would mail out tax returns or sometimes anticipate payment when the refund came, and I had about 15% of my clients who didn't pay. In 2008, when doing the 2007 tax season, unfortunately, just under 25% of my clients haven't paid. That's one of the reasons why my client list is down to 400. So one thing that I have to do, and I apologize for any inconvenience, is that I have to institute a COD policy. So as you know, we accept checks, we accept cash, and we also accept credit cards. So I don't like mentioning this, but it's something I do want to I want to clarify, is that for 2009, I will be holding tax returns until full payment is received. If this is something that is not doable, please let me know ahead of time. I'm going to probably have like a layaway system if I need to, but for the most part, I don't think there's many services or any service at all where they allow for invoicing and then perform the work and then be paid 2-3 months later or not paid at all. So having said that, I want to again thank you for being a client of mine. I really appreciate your trust in my services, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.